Family Weekend is underway in Norman. Find out how a change in weather might impact your plans and what federal agents have to say about the massive intelligence leak that took place at the Pentagon. Plus, you can't miss our Pet of the Week. This is Nightly at 4. Clouds are moving into central Oklahoma. Good evening, I'm Carolynn.
And I'm Emily Faith. Your campus weather authority is tracking what the weather will be like for Family Weekend this weekend. OU Nightly meteorologist Peyton Galyean joins us with a first look at the forecast. Peyton?
Well, right now it is windy. If you step outside, you can see winds are gusting just under 30 miles an hour here in Norman. You can just see how strong these winds are out of the south. And if you make your way over to western Oklahoma, see all these winds begin to line up. A dry line is setting up for that severe weather threat we have in place for northern Oklahoma and southern Kansas. Also in western Oklahoma, they have the threat of seeing fire danger. You can see all these counties in the pink out western Oklahoma, in the Oklahoma Panhandle and Texas Panhandle. This fire danger does expire tonight at 9 p.m. So you need to take consideration if you find yourself in that part of the state. The allergies are also continuing to be horrible. You can see that tree pollen has slowly come down, but that wind is just stirring everything up. So coming up in Maine weather, I'm going to talk more about that severe weather setup, the high fire danger once again, and your Family Weekend forecast.
Thanks, Peyton. And just into our newsroom, OUPD says a Harley-Davidson motorcycle was stolen from the Lloyd Noble Center. The incident happened before 10:30 this morning. In an alert sent out to the university, police are urging people to take precautions to secure belongings. Police say this investigation is ongoing.
And after a worrisome day for a family in Luther, Oklahoma is relieved and grateful to be whole again. Dacoda McDowell-Wahpekeche is in the newsroom with more about this story.
Yeah, just recently, a missing 8-year-old girl was found. We have video provided by our partners at News 9 in Oklahoma City. Alexandria Jones, an 8-year-old girl from Luther who is hearing impaired, went missing this morning. In an interview with News 9, her uncle said the kids in the family were playing around and then she wandered off into the woods, and her family couldn't find her. Many agencies helped out in the search. It took a couple of hours until she was found. She is now safe, and Luther Police Department thanks everyone for their help and assistance with the post on Facebook. Reporting in the newsroom, Dacoda McDowell-Wahpekeche, OU Nightly.
Well, the man that federal agents say is behind a massive intelligence leak faced a federal district court judge today. Prosecutors say Jack Tejera kept and shared highly classified information on online chat rooms. Gloria Pazmino has the details.
The 21-year-old Massachusetts Air National Guardsman arrested in connection with the massive leak of classified documents was charged Friday.
This is about the transmission. Both the unlawful retention and the transmission of the documents.
Jack Tejera is charged with unauthorized retention and transmission of national defense information and unauthorized removal and retention of classified information and defense materials, according to court documents.
You want to say anything about the charge here? You talked to your son?
According to a probable cause affidavit, Tejera has held top secret clearance since 2021. He was assigned to a 24/7 operational mission that gathers information from various sources and compiles it for some of the most senior military leaders around the globe, according to a defense official.
What he does is he's a cyber transport engineer.
Tejera is also believed to be the leader of an obscure invitation-only Discord chat room where the trove of documents was allegedly posted around December of last year.
People who sign agreements to be able to receive classified documents acknowledge the importance to the national security of not disclosing those documents. And we intend to send that message, how important it is to our national security.
I'm Gloria Pazmino reporting.
The judge has scheduled a detention hearing for Wednesday. And 1 week ago, panic on the OU campus when an active shooter alert went out. While it turned out to be a hoax, the incident raised concerns about how the OU Police Department is staffed.
Coming up at 4:30, a nightly exclusive interview with OU PD Police Chief. One of our reporters sat down with Chief Nate Tarver to discuss the impact of the police shortage right here on campus. The chief says only 3 officers were on duty the night, a call that led law enforcement to believe there was an active shooter on the University of Oklahoma's campus. While other law enforcement agencies were able to rush in and help, Chief Tarver says that the 12 officers that make up the OU Norman campus police force just isn't enough. Tune in to OU Nightly at 4:30 to hear the chief's goals for the department.
New voters have less than an hour to register to vote in the upcoming May 9th special election.
Next month, Norman voters will decide on a proposition to increase sales tax on hotel rooms.
The city of Norman is asking voters to approve a 3% increase in the tax. And more, voters will vote on a proposition to establish a rate for bi-weekly curbside recycling. The deadline to register to vote is today at 5 p.m.
You can register at your local election boards or on the state election board website.
OU Nightly has a follow-up to a story we brought you yesterday. The University of Oklahoma is releasing numbers from Giving Day. OU raised over $22 million in 24 hours on Thursday, setting a new university record for funds raised in a single day. Now, the university says the donations will help support the university's Lead On campaign. The fundraising effort aims to raise $2 billion to, quote, transform and create new opportunities for students and faculty. The university says this year marks the first time OU has received donations from all 50 states.
And in just a few hours, vendors will line the Walker Arts District in downtown Norman. It's part of the Second Friday Art Walk. The event is hosted every month by the Norman Arts Council, and organizers will say this month's walk will be a jam-packed evening of fun, free art. The walk runs from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. For a lineup of tonight's events, you can visit secondfridaynorman.com. And it's a big day in Edmond tomorrow. The Edmonds Farmers Market is celebrating its 20th season.
Around 50 vendors will be at the festival marketplace in downtown Edmond from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Market organizers say there will be giveaways, food trucks, and live music to celebrate the special occasion. The market is held every Saturday through the end of October.
And coming up on Nightly at 4, find out which Sooner student organization started their very own magazine. Sooner Spotlight is up next.
And in just a few minutes, we will introduce you to a friendly, treat-motivated pup. Pet of the Week is coming up. Turning now to this week's Sooner Spotlight, a student organization at OU started a new magazine last fall.
The student-run publication highlights the voices of the Asian American community here on campus. OU Nightly's Kaly Phan shows us how it all began.
Anthony Nguyen is an engineering junior with no professional background in writing, editing, or design, so it was surprising when he wanted to start a magazine.
It was like more of a joke idea because it seemed very ambitious. I'm an engineer. So magazine, I seen something more toward like CMP people, journalism majors, people who are not engineers.
And the idea came to life in fall 2022. Joke or not, the magazine is now an established and celebrated part of the OU Asian American Student Association. The monthly issues are filled with stories about the Asian community at OU and in Oklahoma.
A lot of immigrants came over to this region and formed their own community and have taken up such a massive influence on Oklahoma City that a lot of people don't realize.
Those working behind the scenes say they love what it provides for the Asian American community and are excited for the future.
I'm excited to see where it'll expand to throughout my years at OU. I think it's a wonderful thing.
I'm really happy to be at just the beginning part of this and to be able to found this sort of like program that we have, I think we could go really far with this.
Readers say they are also thrilled with the content and what it represents.
People loved it. People want to contribute to it. People want to add their pictures. It's a fight in the Asian community to be on the front of that magazine.
Anthony hopes to one day turn the digital issues into magazines that you can hold. But for now, getting to tell these stories is all he could ask for.
Just being able to have the magazine be bigger than myself is the #1 goal. Hopefully my dreams, my passions, and my legacy will still remain, as pretentious as that may sound.
Kaly, Phan, OU Nightly.
The magazine says the last volume will be released on May 1st, and if you'd like to read the latest edition or any previous edition, go over to the OU Asian American Student Association's Instagram page.
Well, taking a look at the South Oval right now, you can see that the sun is peeking through those clouds. No rain in your forecast tonight here in Norman, but I'll let you know what part of Oklahoma has that threat of severe weather.
It's now time for Pet of the Week. There are so many pets who need homes at shelters across central Oklahoma.
That's right. This week we're meeting Scorpio. He's about 2 years old and looking for a family to call home.
Was there anything else you want to tell us about him?
He was originally found with a litter of siblings. There were 12 of them, so we named them all after astrological signs.
Scorpio had a home once, but they weren't his forever family.
He went with the family for a while, and then he was picked up by Norman Animal Welfare, and he was abandoned again. Once a second chance dog, always a second chance dog.
We can change that and help Scorpio find his forever home.
He's a spunky guy. He loves to cuddle. He's very treat motivated and just adorable. He's dog friendly, he's cat friendly, he is good with kids. He just wants to make friends with everyone.
Romello Woodfork, reporting, OU Nightly.
If you're planning on stopping by the sanctuary, we do want to remind you that a dog flu is hitting the metro, and Second Chance is not accepting strays or returns at this time. Adoptions are still open though, so if you or someone you know is interested in Scorpio or any of the other pets from Second Chance, you can visit their website at secondchancenorman.com. You can also call the sanctuary at the number on your screen. It's never too late to help a pet in need.
Well, these people taking advantage of those warm temperatures on the South Oval right now for Parents Weekend, and it has turned out to be a gorgeous day. Temperatures right now sitting at 79 degrees. You can see those partly cloudy skies. Here in Norman, we don't have to worry about that severe risk for tonight, but I'll get more to that later. We do have some very strong winds, like I had mentioned earlier today, but look, 79 in Norman, 81 in Oklahoma City, 82 in Guthrie, and 87 up in Stillwater. It is hot. This is feeling more like summer than we have spring, and we can see there's just 80s across the rest of the state. And these dew points, they are extremely wet over here and then extremely dry in that panhandle where that fire risk, and right here where that dry line is developing for that severe weather chance. And in western Oklahoma, they need that rain. And in northern Oklahoma, where the threat is the highest, they need that rain as well, because basically southeast of I-44, we're fine. We don't have to deal with any of that. Winds are still sweeping down the plains. We can see right out in western Oklahoma that dry line is developing, and it is also triggering this red flag warning we have for western Oklahoma. This expires tonight, but those burn bans are still in place for that risk. Now, getting over to that severe weather, we can see Alva and northern portions of Oklahoma like Ponca City and Kansas are in that slight risk of severe weather. That's a 2 out of 5. Here in the metro, we can see some scattered storms, nothing strong. That damaging wind is still going to be in northern Oklahoma and Kansas. So here in the metro, nothing to worry about. If we had that cap that broke today, we have everything needed to make this a significant weather threat. Just look at all this cape and fuel for the severe weather threat. But luckily, this cap is not going to break, so we don't have to worry about storms here in central Oklahoma. I mean, taking a look at the futurecast like I said, Alva, they have that chance of severe storms. But looking at the rest of the state, we're pretty much clear until tomorrow night. We do have that risk in southern Cleveland County. Before that clears out, there's nothing else here for us to worry about. So we're going to stay dry, nothing severe, no hail, no damaging winds. Trust me, we are fine. And we can see the whole picture. That storm setup is going to continue into tomorrow, which is why there's another severe weather outbreak here in Arkansas, in Louisiana, and Missouri that's going to continue for the rest of the few days, and snow is going to be on the backside of that system for up in Iowa and the Chicago area. But our temperatures are going to continue to warm up, and we have rain chances throughout the rest of the week, and so you do not want to get your car washed with these rain chances. We do have another significant severe weather outbreak going into next week. We want to keep an eye on that as you enjoy your warm temperatures for the next week.
Well, if you're looking for something fun to do in Oklahoma City this weekend, the Oklahoma Wind and Festival returns to Scissortail Park. The fun begins at 10 a.m. Festival organizers say the event celebrates Oklahoma's wind and skies. They say kites and other wind-powered devices will be in the sky to teach attendees about energy sources and meteorology. The event is free and open to all ages, but the first 100 people to check in will receive a free kite.
Well, it is now time for Caught on Camera. Colton Williams is in the studio with some of the best viral videos of the week. Colton, what have you got for us?
That's right, ladies. Some good Caught on Cameras this week. All right, let's jump into it. So we know Red Bull is known for taking stunts to new heights. Well, they took that seriously. In a new viral video, their latest stunt involves a British BMX biker named Chris Kyle. Now, they took almost 3 years to construct a carbon fiber base that could be molded into a bowl-like shape, then hoisted 2,000 feet into the air with a balloon. And now notice Chris is wearing a parachute in this stunt just in case things go south. Thankfully, he did not need it, but that is a fascinating stunt there all the way up. Again, 2,000 feet in the sky. Okay, all right, next Caught on Camera. This is what we can call a moose on the loose. This young moose in Providence, Alaska, he wandered through the automatic slide make doors of a hospital. Now, hospital staff say it's not uncommon to see a moose here and there on their campus, but this is the first time one has even wandered into the lobby. He had time to grab a couple snacks before the hospital staff had to kick him out the front door. Unfortunately, they got him out just fine. Okay, sticking with moose stories. Now, just up the road in Anchorage, Alaska, another moose calf this time was caught stranded in the ice. Now, bystanders caught this on video. They alerted local police and wildlife experts. They were dispatched to help free the young moose from the ice and get him back on his feet. Now, the Alaskan Highway Patrol says this is not an easy task when they can easily weigh over 500 pounds, but they say this really isn't completely uncommon, but that they usually take off as soon as the moose is freed. Nope, not this guy. He stuck around long enough to pose for a picture with the troopers, and he is going to be just okay. Ladies, that's all for Caught on Camera.
Well, thank you so much, Colton. Now, happening tomorrow is the Cleveland County Master Gardener Association hosting its annual spring plant sale. The event will take place at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds on Robinson Street right here in Norman.
And the association says there will be children's activities, a scavenger hunt, and of course, a ton of plants. The sale runs from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the sale tomorrow sounds like a great way to enjoy the sunshine and celebrate National Gardening Day. I always loved gardening with my family when I was younger. Emily, do you even have a green thumb?
You know, I do have a green thumb, Carolyn. You know, my favorite part of spring growing up was getting to plant peonies with my mom in honor of my grandmother. And you know, National Gardening Day is easy to take part in. You can do it by simply planting some flowers, or you can even save money on groceries by planting some fruits and veggies as well. Well, that is all that we've got for this edition of Nightly at 4. I'm Emily Faith.
And I'm Carolyn Felling. Be sure to stick around for OU Nightly at 4:30 right after these messages. OU Nightly is next.